Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the King of Bows and the Adder. And if you'd like a personal reading, check out the link down below and in the description box, and set up a time, and we'll get together and take care of that for you. So when thinking about this card today, when I woke up and drew this card, it's to me, this is all about taking leadership. And, you know, kings are in leadership positions. And this one is all about having that fiery passion, okay? And the question that always comes up with him is, where do you need to take charge? So as I was thinking about this card in meditating on it throughout the day, where do you need to take charge in your life, okay? Whether that's romance, whether that's career, whether that's personal relationships, whether that's, trying to find the right job, whatever. Okay. And, a lot of times we become passive in chasing that significant other, in, not having that conversation, with somebody else, right? In, letting recruiters, take our resume and do whatever with it. Okay. And, even at work, being passive, not speaking up for, that raise, or speaking up for, that job position, right? And saying, hey, I've been a loyal employee for, so many years, and, you haven't promoted me, right? So, it's taking leadership activity, okay? And it's doing so in a aggressive way. Not aggressive where you're fighting for something, but you're taking the charge of it, okay? Instead of giving your resume to, a recruiter or something like that, call that recruiter up. Hey, what's going on with this position? Do you have 5 minutes to talk to it? I know you have a busy schedule, but, I'm really interested in this, and, you haven't reached out. Okay, you've got other candidates. Fine, I won't bother you again, right? Or taking charge in just that networking piece of it. And just say, hey, I understand you didn't, this job didn't, come my way, but, would you be part of my network so that when something does pop up, I'll be the first to know. Same thing within that relationship. Instead of being passive and waiting for things to come to you, be aggressive, right? And say, you know what? I'm done sitting around. If we're going to make this relationship work, this is what we're going to do. Okay. And if you're looking for that somebody else in your life, then it's just, you say hi to this person every day, whether it's work or, out running your errands or whatever, and you see them all the time. Be aggressive. Hey, you want to go to lunch? Or, hey, let's head up to the local pub and, kick a cocktail back or something like that, right? Taking that aggressive approach so you can start that friendship, so you can start that relationship. Taking that aggressive approach to where you're in charge of the way you want your career to go. Now, you can also do that in a spiritual way too, on your spiritual path. All right? Instead of sitting back and saying to yourself, all right, universe, bring me that certain somebody. All right, universe, I'm waiting on this. What they're waiting on is for you to take action. Even if it's just a small step. Okay? The universe is going to respond in how you respond to them. Okay? It's not like, you're putting somebody on, with your finger down and saying, no, this is the way it's going to be. The universe is looking at you going, no, we're in charge. Okay? And we're going to let you know where to go. At the same time, you can sit back and say, you know what? I'm tired of sitting around. I'm tired of waiting. Okay, please bring that, and give them some emotion. The universe and your ancestors, and just say, you know what? I've rested long enough. Okay, I've been in this situation long enough. I want to manifest this opportunity. Okay, the King of Bows is saying, do so. Throw that email out there, all right? And then look at it and say, you know what? Because you're taking these small actions, we're going to look at that and put a string of events together to help you on your spiritual path. All right. Now, this is all, all the cards are, tell a story on what's going on. All right. And this King of Bows, this adder, he's symbolic of magical power and healing. So by taking charge of an aspect, okay, you're actually healing an aspect within yourself that's a weakness. You become stronger every time you deal with something, taking that aggressive approach. With that being said, when that happens, confidence starts building, okay? The self-esteem starts rising up. You start becoming that leader in action at work, taking charge of that project, right? Taking charge of the situation within the office. You become a leader in action when it comes to, hey, we're going on vacation as a family. This is what we're going to do. Because somebody's always waiting for somebody else to plan it. Okay, and once somebody else plans it, everybody else is on board. Okay, so it's taking on the aspect of this adder. All right, very charismatic, very attractive. Okay, being a mature leader, making the right decisions as you're moving forward. Okay, having that high energy, strong resolve. And nobody's going to challenge that leadership if you're coming in, standing tall, saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is when we're going on vacation. This is where we're going to go. This is who we're going to see. Okay, this is what we're doing on this project. All right, we're not sitting back waiting anymore. We're moving forward on this. And, the path to success is right here in front of us, where we can realize our goals and moving forward. So, there's a lot that's down here in this spread right now for the week. The green woman just dropped off, even though she's, she was on here twice yesterday. You were bookended. Now she's here to nurture you and give you that creative spirit, right? And this King of Bows is all about passion and energy, all right? Fire energy. So, she's kind of feeding the fire a little bit after you just woke up from that rest. And she's saying, okay, look, we need to get going. And this King of Bows comes out and says that you're right. You need to get going. You need to take charge of your spiritual path, of your life. And where is your enthusiasm leading you? That's the other question that he asks. Where is that thought process where you've got a lot of creativity, right? Where is that thought process to say, you know what, I want to write a book? All right, this is what you want to do. You need to take charge. First thing you need to do, get pen and paper. Start writing. Put down your thoughts. And then move on from there. You have to be dedicated. You have to be, put some time into it, and effort. And when the universe sees that, they start rewarding you. They start healing you. They start giving you that magical power. That magical power of manifestation. That magical power of joy. Why? Because you're putting your 8 of stones, your skill set, out there. You're working on it. The other card that's down here is the Woodward, giving you the strength, to move forward. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, King of Bows, Adder. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, give me a thumbs up. And again, if you'd like a personal reading, check that link down below in the description box. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.